Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Friday psychological session. Now, guys, on this session, we are focusing on our psychology, which mainly on how did we trade this week. So we are going to be taking a look at the position that we did take, the position we missed. But the main focus of this session is how did the market develop? Did it develop the way anticipated, or did it do something different? So with this one on the daily, just to keep things neat, this is how we were initially looking at price. That okay, price will be having a higher probability of dropping all the way to the downside, just like it did previously over here. So this is what we were targeting on our end for price to do it to impulsively drop all the way to the downside and reach our target. So in this end, price did not quite give us what that impulsive drop that we are usually looking for, but instead what happened, price just give us what a few spikes just going what up and down. So within those up and down spikes, there were some potential opportunities. So I think one of the trades that I did take was somewhere around here. So guys, I won't accurately draw all of these setups on, but if you can see, you know your patterns, you will be able to see that okay, the market did offer some selling opportunities, as you can see. So even though price did not quite drop up until the 90% drop, but price was giving us some potential opportunities. So the ones that I did execute was, I think, somewhere around here. So on this one, I think I took a break even. On this one, I think I took a loss. And also on this one, I think I took a break even. So those are the only the three positions that I executed on this pair. And then there's obviously a couple of missed pairs. But yeah, guys, this one, the only lessons that I did learn from this one was for what that price will not always impulsively drop to the downside, just like I anticipated. Sometimes price will just do what, just give you a few spikes and then climb all the way to the upside. But you just have to do it, always be prepared to execute at the next available opportunity that aligns with your trading plan. So that's your only job as a trader, to execute whenever the market aligns with your trading plan. So that's one of the major lessons that I did take from this one. And now if we can move on to our next pair, which is at the AUD over the USD. We'll break this down and then we'll take a look at the interest that were available on this pair. So let us jump on the daily. So on the daily, this is how I was looking at price. This was that heavy impulsive move, price broke out, and then price did reach the target, which is the 90% roll over there. And now let us focus on the interest. How many entries were available? How did we execute on those entries? And what lessons can you take away from this? But guys, this is just a rough advanced view. I'll do in more depth ASR whereby I'm documenting everything down. So guys, with this one, what are we saying? This would have been our first type of entry. And this would have been another entry that would have taken a break even. And then price went and then climbed up. Price and then dropped down. And then give us what this is our second entry. So on this one, I think the only setup that I did take was this one. And this one took us for a loss, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around here. This one took me for a loss. And then obviously, I could not evolve to take what the second one is this at times, because this was early in the morning. I could not execute that one. But guys, overall, this one did play out as you predicted. Even though price did not give us what that sharp impulsive move. As you can see, price did climb and then form what some kind of a retest. But overall, this is what the continuation pattern could have entered here in this bigger pattern, also in this breakout. So this did play out in our overall direction. So the only lesson that I can take away from this time is that price will do what? Price will not just drop as I forecasted. So these are the only entries that I've forecasted, not the actual movement. The actual movement might look something like this, just to be messy at first, and then start to give me what that impulsive move that I'm looking for, just like it did over here. This would have been an entry. This would have been an entry, and also over here, this would put an entry. And also this one, if I felt like it, would have been another entry that I would have possibly taken. And then the next pair that we had on our watch list was what the New Zealand dollar over the US dollar. So just to break this down quickly on the daily, this is how we saw things. Okay, we having what this is our continuation pattern. My target is the 90% roll. So I'm looking for interest outside of the trend line. Just outside of the trend line to avoid getting caught in these what in those types of trades. So this one, I would have liked this one, or I would have executed this one, because even though it's not outside of the trend line, it's just near the trend line. But this was the only entry that was available, except also if I'm counting for this one. But this one, I would have not been comfortable executing this one. Why? Because of the swing highs and the swing lows are not that clear. So that's the only lesson that I can take away from this one. This for me, I need what my swing highs and swing lows to be clear, and for price to come at that a clear impulsive move for me to do it in order for me to enter to catch the next possible impulsive line. But yeah, guys, this is how I was looking at that. And the DUSD, even though it did not eventually drop all the way to the downside, this eventually ended up climbing back inside of the trend line and then moving all the way to the upside. So the only thing that I can do is just to evolve this trend line and see whether price will form another possible breakout. And then our final pair, we have one AUD CAD. So this one also did play out as we anticipated, even though could not capitalize. So I don't think there's any entry that I did take on this one. But we did talk about this on Sunday, so I'll just give you a breakdown. So this one on the daily. So on the breakout, we're expecting, we did expect forward for this to impulse down. And then on the lower time frame, obviously looking for continuation patterns to the downside. So if you can check the fundamental trader gears, you will see that we've been focusing on this one. We've been focusing on this pair. So the only lesson that I can take from this pair is that price will sometimes form bigger continuations before smaller ones. But as long as you're focusing on executing on a continuation patterns, as long as you know the trend, then it really doesn't matter. You can even execute with those bigger patterns. As you can see, these are all entries that I'm marking out. So this one played out beautifully. So this was the ideal type of movement that I was looking for. So it's up to you if you would have entered in this bigger pattern or the smaller one, like this. So this one played out beautifully, but unfortunately there's no entry. There's no entry that I did, that I caught on this pair. As you can see, all of these entries are just beautiful entries and they played out perfectly. As you can see, guys. So this is how the market went out, guys. So the market was not bad on our side. We did catch a few interests on our side, but our job is to do it constantly improve on our mistakes. We're not focusing on the profit because that will take care of itself as long as we're doing what, as long as we're minimizing our mistakes and executing entries that do align with our trading plan. Then the rest will follow, guys. But for now, this is going to be the end of our session. So I don't think there's any more trades that are going to be taking as the market. Most of those pairs did reach what the take profit that we were looking for. And as for others, they went back inside of the bigger time frame structure like this one. So we'll have to wait for a bigger forward. We'll have to wait for another breakout, which will be possibly somewhere around here before we can do it. Look for those sales to the downside. But yeah, guys, for now, this is the end of our session. So I don't know, guys, if any of you have any questions. So this is the time for Q&A, if you guys have any.